Hi, hello and welcome, Faceless guy here for the 500 special video, 500 subscribers special video. And today with some fancy light effects here and also with a small little cute rabbit or bunny. I show it to you. So subscribe for the bunny. I will react today to two videos. One's history of the entire world, I guess, and history of Japan, I guess. I announced this in a video a while ago, and now here we are. Right now I have 516 subscribers, more than I ever expected to have, and yeah, I hope you will enjoy it. And please like and subscribe if you do, and yeah. I will also, before I start with one of the first bigger videos, I will watch some of my most favorite shorts I have done. Again, I will show it to you in this big video. The my top 5 shorts I have ever done so far. And yeah, I hope you will enjoy it. And here we are with the top 5 shorts, or maybe not the top 5 shorts, but the 5 very good shorts. I have not looked through all of the shorts I have made to decide for the 5 I will show you now, but I looked through some of them, and the 5 I show you are definitely 5 very nice ones, which I very much enjoyed. And also something, please watch my Minecraft Let's Play if you watch this. I really I enjoyed very much to make this Minecraft videos, and I have now recorded 10 episodes, and I will upload more. I also intend, I don't promise anything, but I intend to build a very awesome, magnificent, beautiful base in my Minecraft Let's Play. I don't say it will be the best on YouTube, but it will hopefully be in the top 100 bases on YouTube. And let's see if I get this done, but I have some nice plans, and yeah, if you want to see me play Minecraft and see also funny scenes and sometimes even things you maybe have seen on the shorts. But anyway, here are my not top 5 but very good 5 shorts. So let's start with the first one. I'm kind of reacting to my own shorts now, so this one is called I Hope for Peace. It references, of course, the war in Ukraine between Russia and Ukraine. So let's watch the short. Hello and welcome to a small short video. I have built something for the it's a short. It's definitely a short. It looks like a YouTube video, but it's a short. Yeah, this I just let myself talk. World and for peace. So take a look. Yeah. How does it look like? I think it looks very good. I mean, with the green stuff and so I like it. But of course I like it. It's my own creation, so I think it looks awesome. And I have built a special effect also inside of this. I have just to jump on this pressure plate, and then you will see something special. And you see the command blocks already, so take a look. I hope you like it. Yeah, I my intention was, that the Ukrainian and Russian flag kind of hug each other. It's from top left to bottom right, and from bottom left to top right. So it's kind of I think it looks very good. But yeah, tell me what you think about this in the comment. I mean, I saw also some comments here. You missed one line, and what did I miss? And yeah, this person never answered me. But hey, nothing too interesting in the comments. But yeah, my intention was and there was this one picture I heard about from an Australian painter or artist. He made kind of a picture where Russian and Ukrainian soldier hugged. There was a controversy about this, but I think it was just Wonderful. This is the best thing a soldier can do, to lay down his weapon and refuse to fight. The only thing a soldier can do which is really good. Refuse to fight, break through the propaganda which was told to you by your government, by your country, and see that the other person your commander wants that you kill and fight against is also just a human being and also doesn't want to fight the same way you don't want to fight. So that's the most important thing which soldier can do, and the only thing which is good a soldier can do, in my opinion. I hope there will be soon a peace between Russia and Ukraine. I hope so, of course, as well. It's been a few months ago, but I still hope this. I hope for negotiations, I hope for peace, and I hope that no big war comes out of this. And yeah, I would do everything to avoid this war. This big war between nuclear powers. And I also would do everything for negotiations. And there's nothing wrong about negotiating. Anyway, next chart has the name Through Space, and it was really I was exploring these other dimensions which are also in the mod pack I play right now on Better Minecraft in my Let's Play. So if you want to see more about this, then just watch there. It's nice. I always of course want to explore also in my playthrough as many of these dimensions as possible. But it's just amazing. I like this very much. It has not so much views as I thought it would have, but I think it looks cool. I wonder how it would be like to go through this dimension in survival mode. Let's see and find out in my Let's Play. And there I found the spaceship. There were also a few shots, I think, in the spaceship. A nice shot and a nice mod pack and a nice dimension. This shot is also very nice. It's called a real world in Minecraft. And yeah, let's take a look. Best quality of this. Tell me. It's from my stream where I streamed runs Minecraft. I will maybe stream also again later, but at the moment I am more into making videos. But maybe at some point again I will make a stream. Is this a werewolf? I think it's just very cute, this mob. By the way, I will have hopefully links to the shorts I show you here in the description of this video also. So it's just if you want to take a look yourself. And otherwise, there's a playlist on my channel which is called Minecraft Shorts. There you can see 272 shorts. Is this a werewolf? Hello, hello. Do you speak English? What is up with you? A werewolf? Or something? A wolf creature? Ow! Ow! And next I will show you this short. It has just 40 views, so maybe you have not seen it. A scary chest, and I really like it a lot. It's also a nice shot, but yeah, just take a look inside of it. And this was a scary shot, a scary shot where I intended to make something like a horror scene. Maybe you have also heard the warden in the background. No, not a normal stronghold. In the last shot, I mean, at first, maybe you have heard the warden in the background, who made this scary noise, and I don't know how I triggered the command block which spawned the warden. Maybe it was a pressure plate at some point when I was running away from the shake or from the house, but yeah, it was very nice. And here it's the last shot I want to show you today, and a very awesome and sweet shot is called A Beautiful Forest, and yeah, just take a look. I think it was for my new girlfriend, so yeah. I hope you enjoyed this all of the shots, and I liked it very much. Also, the last shot, especially with a nice color, and my girlfriend loves the color purple, so that's why I made the shot. And here we are, I have finished the second segment of this long video, and yeah, next I will react to one of the two bigger videos, either History of Japan or History of the entire world. I'm not sure yet which video I will start with, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it so far, and I will also continue to enjoy it. Hello and welcome to the main part of the video, the 500 subscriber special video. Today I will react to two videos. On the one side, here you see it, History of the entire world, I guess. I wanted to react to this video for a long while now, and now I can finally do it. I said in the early video, as I already said in the intro, that I would react to this video once I have 500 subscribers. And yesterday I reached 500 subscribers, and therefore it is time for me to react to this video. So I will do it once I have something to eat. Yeah, it's time. It's dinner time. So I hope you also have something nice to eat. I have noodles. Tell me in the comments what you eat, or if you ate something, and also what you drink. I have nothing to drink. I recognize right now. I see. So I have to find something to drink. Let me pause the recording for just a moment. I have now 2 glasses of apple juice with water, so I hope you also have something nice and delicious. Santé! Skål! Na zdrowie! Prost! A few of the languages the languages in which I know this kind of saying. Okay, the history of the entire world, I guess. We start now with the video. Let's start.
You're on a rock, floating in space. Pretty cool, huh? Some of it's water. Fuck it. Actually, most of it's water. I can't even get from here to there without buying a boat. It's sad. I'm sad. I miss
A boat, an airplane, but also a boat, or in some regards even a car would do from Africa to Asia or from Asia to Europe. But of course, if you want to go from South and North America to Africa, Europe, or Asia, you have to use a boat or an airplane. Except one day maybe there will be a bridge between Alaska and Russia. I heard about this plan to build a bridge there. And maybe I can show it to you. The microphone is in it's not the best place. I cannot good type something. I heard about this. There were some plans to build such a bridge at some point in history, and I really like the idea. I would support such a project immediately. I think it's this year's a Bering Street crossing. A Bering Street crossing is a hyper-theoretical bridge or tunnel that would span the relatively narrow and shallow Bering Strait between the Chukotka Peninsula in Russia and the Seward Peninsula in US of Alaska. There were some plans and some and this bridge, where was it? Here, the Intercontinental Peace Bridge or the Eurasia-America Transport Link. I like this first theoretical name of the bridge, the Intercontinental Peace Bridge, very much, and yeah, I would support it immediately. I would like it. Write down in the comments what you think about this.
How did this happen? A long time ago, actually never, and also now, nothing is nowhere. When? Never. Makes sense, right? Like I said, it didn't happen. Nothing was never anywhere. That's why it's been everywhere. It's been so everywhere you don't need a where. You don't even need a when. That's how every it gets.
At this point in the video, you maybe think, I mean, when I first watched the video, I think thought the same thing. Is it an error? Is there something wrong? What happened? Why is everything right and stays right for such a long time? But yeah, it's part of the video, of course.
Forget this. I want to be something. Go somewhere. Do something. I want things to change. I want to invent time and space. And I know it's possible because everything is here and it probably already happened. I just don't know when to start. And that's exactly where it started. Oh, I paused it. I think there's a universe now. What's it made of? Quarks and stuff. Ah, that's a thing. In a place. Don't like it? Try a new place. At a different time.
And the physics of the stars and the black holes and everything what happens in space is super interesting. I like it very much. I don't know much about it. It's super difficult, probably, but I like it very much. It's super interesting. Also, there's a video from Real Life Law about how big the universe is. It's a wonderful video. I have to react to it again. I already reacted to it at some point, and I want to react to it again. Because at some point in the video I said something about my ex-girlfriend, and yeah, we're not together anymore. So maybe it's a need for an update. But space is something which is very interesting and fascinated me always. So yeah, I like it.
Try to stick together because the world is going to get bigger and emptier.
And it is so crazy how big the universe is, and how it's a bit scary as well. Because I heard also it is mentioned in the video from Real Life Lore that there are certain parts in the space which expand faster than the speed of light, which means that we will likely never be able to see these parts because they are, how can anything be faster than light? There are some theories that there are maybe some particles which may be faster than light, but tachyon, I think, is the name. Maybe I will have a link to the Wikipedia page. But it's very unlikely it's unlikely that we will ever find these places. But it would be super interesting to see them, and if there would be an opportunity, I would probably take it to discover this parts of the universe. Of course, I would really love to and maybe even only do it when I could have my girlfriend with me, but yeah, it would be fascinating. Even if I would not be able to see my entire family ever again, but would to have the opportunity with my girlfriend together to explore this absolute far distant places in the universe, I would maybe do it.
But it's not empty yet. It's still very full and about 1 jillion degrees. Great news, the quarks are now happily married in groups of 3, called a proton or a neutron. And there's something else flying around too that wants to join in but can't because it's still...
The only difference between the proton and the neutron is that the blue particle has a different spin, I think. I think the arrow represents the spin of the particles.
Great news, the protons and neutrons are now happily married to each other. Some of them even doubled up. Great news, the electrons have now joined in. Congratulations, the world is now a bunch of gas in space. But it's getting closer together. And it's getting closer together. And it's getting closer together. It's a star. New shit just got made. Some stars burn out and die. Bigger stars burn out and die with passion and make some brand new, way crazier shit.
All of the elements of the we know today.
Which allows newer, more interesting stars to be made, and then die and explode into... So now stars have cool stuff around them, like rocks, ice, and funny clouds, which can make some very interesting things. Like this ball of flaming rocks, for example. Holy shit, we just got hit with another ball of flaming rocks, and it kind of made a mess, which is now... Weather update, it's raining rocks from outer space. Weather update, those rocks might have had water inside them and now there's hot steam in the sky. Weather update, cooler temperatures today and the floor is no longer lava. Weather update, it's raining. Severe flooding alert, the entire world is now an ocean.
Was this really the case? Maybe, I think it was. And the land was formed through volcanoes. Interesting. I watched the video before, so I heard it before, but I haven't, I don't know, I don't knew about this before watching this video, I think.
Volcano alert. That's land. There's life in the ocean. What? Something's alive in the ocean. Oh cool, like a plant or an animal? No, a microscopic speck. It lives at the bottom of the ocean and eats chemical soup, which is being served hot and fresh, made from gnarly space ingredients left over from when it was raining rocks or whatever. Oh yeah, and it can do that. It has secret instructions written inside itself telling it how to build another one of itself. So that's pretty nifty, I would say. Tired of living at the bottom of the ocean? Now you can eat sunlight. Using a revolutionary technique, you can convert sunlight into food.
I think Taste the Sun is a reference to a video game or to maybe also a movie. I'm not sure. But if you know about the reference or what it is referencing to, please write it down in the comments. I would like to know about this. Some YouTubers also already mentioned there is a connection to something and I just forgot maybe, but if you know, just tell me please.
Side effect, now there's oxygen everywhere and the sky's blue. Then the Earth might have been a snowball for a while, maybe even a couple of times. It's a sponge, it's a plant, it's a worm and some other types of weird strange water bugs and strange fish. It's the Cambrian explosion.
I've heard about this Cambrian explosion as well. I googled even this term and it was really something interesting in the history of our planet. Where so many new species were, came to life or came to existence in such a short period of time. If you know more about this, tell me. I don't want to say anything which is maybe then stupid. I don't know much about this, but it's fascinating.
Wow, that's animals and stuff. But we're still in the ocean. Hey, can we go on land? No. Why? The sun is a deadly laser. Oh, okay. Not anymore, there's a blanket. Now the animals can go on land. Come on, animals, let's go on land. Nope, can't walk yet. And there's no food yet, so I don't care. Okay, will you learn to walk if there's plants up here? Maybe, said some bugs. And fish. Okay, so I can go on land, but I have to go back in the water to have babies. Learn to use an egg.
I was already doing that.
Use a stronger egg. Put water in it. Have a baby on land in an egg. Water is in the egg. Baby in the egg, in the water, in the egg. Works for me.
By the way, the way this YouTuber, this Bill Watts, is doing all of this stuff is amazing. I like it very much. There must be so much work behind this video, and I really appreciate this. And I mean, 156 million people also appreciated this to some degree, because that's how many views this video has. So, yeah, there must be a lot of people who appreciate his work, and I am one of them. It's amazing.
Bye bye, ocean. And now everything's huge, including bugs. Want to see a map of the land? Sure. Oh fuck, now everything's dead. Just kidding, here are the survivors. Keep your eye on this one because it's about to become the dinosaurs. Here's another map of the land. Yeah, it broke apart, don't worry about it, it does that all the time. Here comes a meteor.
That's also interesting to
Become
see
the
more.
dinosaurs. Here's another map of the land.
This must be Africa. Here is South America. Here you see parts of Europe, I think, and here a part of North America. Europe is still looks kind of split up in between many different islands, and I'm not sure how accurate this is. Maybe it is, and there's a big I mean, it looks like Algeria and Morocco and some of the other Western African countries were on a gigantic peninsula at some point of time, or the country on which these countries will later exist, of course. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it broke apart, don't worry about it, it does that all the time. Here comes a meteor.
And no,
Sorry,
another
here's
thing.
another map of the land. Yeah.
This here, South America, you see very long Chile. I mean, I mean, of course, the north would be more Colombia and Ecuador and Peru, but here the south would be maybe Chile, and it's just amazing. And here's still the Amazon rainforest. I mean, maybe it is the same forest or it is something completely different. I'm not sure, but it looks interesting that
Just kidding, here are the survivors. Keep your eye on this one because it's about to become the
Is this now 75 million years ago? That's
dinosaurs. Here's another map of the land. Yeah.
world look like this? So, did the world look like this 75 million years ago? Maybe? Interesting.
Yeah, it broke apart, don't worry about it, it does that all the time. Here comes a meteor.
When was this?
Here's another map of the land. Yeah, it broke apart, don't worry about it, it does that all the time. Here comes a meteor.
66 million years ago.
The dinosaurs are gone. It's mammal time.
Moment, I have to look at this map again.
The dinosaurs are gone.
Yeah, this is maybe in Asia. Here you see maybe the Arabian Peninsula. I'm not sure. This is maybe a part of Africa, or is it India, which crashes north into Asia, and this would be then a part of Russia. Was there an ocean between Russia and Europe at some point? 66 million years ago, as it looks like here on the top of the globe.
It's mammal time. Here come the mammals. Look at those breasts. Now they're gonna dominate the world, and one of them just learned how to grab stuff and walk. No, like walk like that and grab stuff.
This was.
One of them just learned how to grab stuff and walk. No, like walk like that.
Was this 4 million years ago that the first human beings, or kind of human, or early type of humans, were walking up on the, not anymore on 4 arms, but on 2 legs? 4 million years ago.
And grab stuff at the same time. And bang rocks together to make pointed rocks. Ouch. And set things on fire. Youch. And make crazy sounds with their voice.
Moment.
Bang rocks together.
3 million years and we discovered the fire.
To make pointed rocks. Ouch. And set things on fire.
1.5 million years to discover fire.
Youch. And make crazy sounds.
And 200,000 years of language. Or 200,000 and 2,000 years. So it is a minus 200,000. So interesting.
Sounds with their voice, which can mean different things. That's a human.
What did he say?
And make
I'm sorry for pausing and going backwards all the time, but I want to experience this video now to the fullest extent together with you.
Sounds with their voice, which can mean
Hi. No.
Mean different
Hi.
things.
Can you hand me that rock over there?
That's a human person. And now they're everywhere. Almost. Ice Age. What? You can walk over here? Cool. Not anymore. Well, I guess we're stuck here now. Let's review. There's people on the planet.
I mean, this part of the video is then even more interesting than the first part, where it was more or less just. I mean, the very first part was about physics stuff in the cosmos, in space. Then it was more about the history of the world, and now the history of the people of the world. Let's see.
And they're chasing their food. Fuck it, time to plant some grass. Look at this. I control the food now. Now everyone will want to be my friend and live near me. Let's all build houses, except mine is bigger because I own the food. This is great. I wonder if anyone else is doing this. Tired of using rocks for everything? Use metal.
He always adds the time, but it's always very.
Because I own the food. This is great. I wonder if anyone else is doing this. Tired of using rocks?
Tired of using rocks for everything. 5,000 years ago.
For everything? Use metal. It's underground. Better farming was just invented in a sweet dank valley.
Yeah, that's I think in between those two rivers in Iraq today, the first and the oldest cities exist in the world, and the first permanent settlements were also created a long while ago.
Right in between these two rivers, and the animals are helping. Guess what happens next? More food, and more people who came to buy the food. Now you need people to help make the food and keep track of the sales. And now you need houses for people to live in and people to make the house.
Yeah, a small, tiny interruption. You see this cute little bunny? Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe for the little cute bunny. Okay. Thank you, bunny. Thank you, Hans. Yeah, let's continue with the video.
Houses, and now there's more people and they invent things, which makes things better, and more people come and there's more farming and more people to make more things for more people, and now there's business, money, writing, laws, power, society. Coming soon to a dank river valley near you. Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, the horse is probably being tamed.
I think at somewhere in Eastern Europe or Western Russia, or I don't know, somewhere between India and Europe. There was a society at some point which created a language which would be later then differ so much spread to Europe and India. That's why it is called, all of these languages are called Indo-European languages, and I'm just not sure how this society was called, or if they really had a name. If you know something about what I'm talking about, write it down in the comments.
Why is all my metal so lame and lumpy? Tired of using lame, sad metal? Introducing bronze, made with special ingredient tin from the...
What is tin? Can you tell me this? What is tin? And I guess it is some kind of metal or something like this, but I'm not sure. And if you know what tin is, then please write it down also in the comments. You would really help me out a lot. Yeah.
Far lands of Tinland. I don't know, my dealer won't tell me where he gets it. Also, guess what? Egypt. Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, they figured out how to put wheels on a horse. Now we're getting somewhere. Also, China. And did I mention Indus River Valley civilization? The Middle East is getting more complicated. Maybe because it's in the middle of the East. Knock knock, or clop clop.
One thing I have to say here.
The Middle East is getting more.
One thing I have to mention here is when you look at the world map also from today, and you see this big land masses, you see the American land mass, north and south. You could either say it's one continent or two continents, and then you see also Africa, Asia, and Europe. And the land mass, Africa, Eurasia, Asia, and Europe is all connected by land. By this little thing here is Africa connected to the Asian continent, and Europe is very, very easily connected to Asia. So, but if you ignore this little connections, Europe, which connects Africa, for example, to Asia, then you could also say that the entire Arabian, this part when you cut here, Turkey from Europe, and the Caucasus from Turkey, and then also Iran from the Persian Gulf, this land connection, then you could say that there are also Arabian countries here from United Arab Emirates to Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Lebanon, and Turkey, and Azerbaijan. Maybe they would be all kind of Arabian continent or a Middle Eastern continent. I'm not sure. Where you make the split between Iran. It depends, I think, but on the big world map, it looks like also Arabia could be a continent to a similar degree as also Africa as a continent, because it's barely connected to other land masses. But it is part of Asia officially, and I think, I mean, you could also argue that there are 4 continents in the world, just 4. The Americas, meaning North and South America, Afro-Eurasia, or Eurasica. I write it down on the screen, I think. Eurasica, for Europe, Asia, and Africa, and Australia and Antarctica. 4 continents. But yeah, you can split the continent in between many different types, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter so much because it's just all human-made. So yeah, let's continue.
Complicated. Maybe because it's in the middle of the East. Knock knock, or clop clop. It's the people with the horses. And they made an empire, and then everyone else copied their horses. Greeks! Ah, look, it must be the Greeks, or a beta version of the Greeks. Let's check in with the Indus River Valley civilization. They're gone. Guess who's not gone? China. Your rivals in India. Maybe it's those horse people I was talking about, or their cousins or something. And they wrote some hymns and mantras and stuff. You could make a religion out of it.
So is this how the Hindu religion was created, or came into existence? If you are from India, you can probably tell me this.
There's the Bronze Age collapse. Now the Phoenicians can get down to business. Also, can we switch to a metal that's a little easier to find? Thanks. Look who came back to Israel. It's the 12 tribes of Israel. And they believe in God. Just one, though. He's got like a 10-step program. Here's some huge heads. Must be the Olmecs. The Phoenicians make some colonies. The Greeks copy their idea and make some colonies. The Phoenicians made a colony so big it makes colonies. Here comes the Assyrian Empire. Never mind, it's the Babylonian Median. It's the Persian Empire. Wow, that's big. Ah, the Buddha was just enlightened. Who's the Buddha? This guy, who sat under a tree for so long that he figured out how to ignore the fact that we're all dying. You can make a religion out of this. Oops, China just broke, but while it was breaking, Confucius was figuring out how to have good morals. Ah, the Greeks just had the idea of thinking about stuff. And right over here, Alexander just had the idea of conquering the entire Persian Empire. It's a great idea. He was great. And now he's dead. Hopefully the rest of the gang will be able to share the empire evenly between them. Knock, it's Chandragupta. He says, get the hell out of here. Will you get the hell out of here if I give you 500 elephants? Okay, thanks, bye. Time to conquer all of India. Or most of India. But what about this part? That's the Tamil Kings.
I have heard something, and I'm really not sure about this, but the Tamil Kings might they eventually be the first, or some people related to them is the first people who settled Japan. Someone who reacted to this Japanese history student told me this. Maybe I have a link to her video in the description, but maybe it is right, or she said that there are some theories that the people from this part of India, or nowadays India, it was not India at this time, of course, but people related to them may eventually have been the first people settling in Japan. But maybe I'm also wrong. I don't know. I don't claim to know this, I just heard about this. Let's see.
No one conquers the Tamil Kings. Who are the Tamil Kings? Merchants, probably. And they've got spices. Who would like to buy the spices? Me, said the Arabians, swiftly buying it and selling it to the rest of the world. Hey, China put itself back together again, with good morals as their main philosophy. Actually, they have 3 main philosophies.
Having good morals, go with the flow, fuck you, and obey the law. Interesting, interesting.
Out here, the horse nomads run wild and free, and they would like to ransack your city. Let's check the Greekification levels of the Greekified kingdoms. Greekification overload. Bye, said the Parthians. Bye, said the Jews. Hi, said the Parthians, taking over the entire place. Hey, said the Romans, eating the entire Mediterranean for breakfast. Thanks for invading our homeland, said the Jews, who were starting to get tired of people invading their homeland. Hi, everything's great, said some guy who seems to be getting very popular and is then arrested and killed for being too popular, which only makes him more popular. You can make a religion out of this. Want silk? Now you can buy it from China. They just made a brand new road to the world. Or you can get their own water. Sick, new trade routes, said India, accidentally spreading their religion to the entire southeast. That's a good place for an epic trading kingdom. There goes Buddhism.
There are so many kingdoms he mentions which I have never heard before. Like this one kingdom in southern Vietnam and Cambodia, the modern countries of Cambodia and Vietnam. Yeah, I've never heard of them, but it's amazing and interesting.
I'm traveling up the Silk Road. I wonder if it'll reach China before it collapses again. Remember the Persian Empire? Yep, said the Persians, making a new one. Axum is getting so powerful they would like to build a long stick. Has anyone populated Madagascar yet? Let's do it together. China. To build a long stick. Has anyone populated Madagascar yet? Let's do it.
It's so fast. Malay, so here.
Do it
Malay people and Bantu people. Okay.
Together.
And it's very fast, very fast. It's very difficult to pause at the right moment, but it's super interesting. I recommend watching this video if you're not already watched it.
China's home again, then it broke again. Still can't cross the Sahara Desert? Try camels. Hell yeah, now we got business, said the Ghana Empire, selling lots of gold and slaves. Hi, I live in the Roman Empire, and I was wondering, is loving Jesus legal yet? No. Actually, okay, sure, said Constantine, moving the capital way over here to be closer to his main rival. Don't worry about Rome, it won't fall. It's the golden age of India. There's the Gupta Empire, not Chandragupta, just Gupta. First name Chandra, the first. Guess who's in Rome? Barbarians. What's a barbarian? Non-Romans, said the Romans, being invaded by non-Romans. R.I.P. Roman Empire. Or actually just half of it. The other half is just fine, but it's not in Rome anymore, so let's give it a new name. The Mayans have figured out the stars. Oh,
it's also very interesting to think about. While on the Asia, African, European continent, the old world, it's also sometimes called, all of the history somehow know about, like the Egyptians and the other things like the Romans and so on, took place. This history. What did all of the people on the American continent, which also existed at the time, I think, did the Mayas, I know much more about this Euro-Asian African history than I know about American history, and our history before America was found or discovered by the European powers.
And here's a huge city, population everyone. The Gok Turks have taken over the entire Eurasian steppe. Great job, Gok Turks. How's India? Broken. How's China? Back together. How's those trading kingdoms? Bigger and there's more of them. Korea has 3 kingdoms. Japan has a kingdom, it's the Sunrise Kingdom. Deep in the Arabian desert, on the top of a mountain, the real God whispers in Muhammad's ear.
The real God. I don't believe any God. I'm atheist, so I think all people. I don't believe that there's a God in the world. And I don't believe that. Maybe some religions can do good things through teaching people good morals. Obviously that's true, but I don't believe in any God, or I'm also as a communist. I don't think that religion is something good. It can be something good for some people, maybe helping them in life, but in general, I think, yeah. I don't think that humans need a religion. We can totally and very good also live without religions. Maybe at some point in the future. We will see.
So he goes down to the cube where everyone worships gods, and he tells them their gods are all fake. And everyone got so mad at him that he had to leave town and go to a different town. You can make a religion out of this, and maybe conquer the world as well. The Roman Empire is long gone, but somehow the Pope is still the Pope. Plus there's new kingdoms all over Europe. I wonder if there's room for Moors. Here's all the wisdom. In a house. It's the Baghdad House of Wisdom. Just in time for the Islamic Golden Age. Let's bring stuff to the coast and sell it and become the Swahili on the Swahili coast, said the Swahili on the Swahili coast. Remember this tiny space you have to go through to get from here to there? Someone owns that now. Want to get enlightened in the middle of nowhere? The Franks have the biggest kingdom in Europe, and the Pope is so proud that he...
I have heard about the Frank Empire or the Frank Kingdom, and I mean, I think you already mentioned it. That I think it got split between western and eastern part or something like this. But I let him say this. I think he can put this better together. I'm not sure about this.
Invites the king over for Christmas. Surprise, you're the new Roman emperor, said the Pope, pretending to still be part of the Roman Empire. Then the Franks broke their kingdom into what will later be called France and not France. The Northerners, or just Norse if you don't have much time, are exploring. They go north, from the north to the northern north, and they find some land, 2 types of land, and they name them accordingly. They also invade some other places.
This is just funny.
And they find
yeah.
some land, 2 types of land, and they name them accordingly.
I like this very much. I heard this very often that the Vikings I heard different stories for why they were calling this land the way they called it, but yeah, it's very funny.
They also invade some other places and get called many names, such as Vikings. There's the Rus, the Kievan Rus. Are they Vikings? I don't think so, said the Kievan Rus. Okay, fair enough. The Pope is ready to make some more emperors.
And I think a lot of the references I don't even understand or don't even recognize that there is a reference. So if I missed out anything before so far in the video and also in the next video and in the rest of this video, just mention it down in the comments and help me, please. I would like to understand as much as possible in this video. I like it very much.
Of the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. It's actually Germany, but don't worry about it. New kingdoms.
Christianize all the kingdoms.
Which brand would you like? Mine's better, mine's better, mine's better. Time to conquer England, said William. It's a bird, it's a plane. It's the Seljuk Turks, said the Byzantine Empire, who's getting so small it almost doesn't exist anymore. We need help. They need help, so they call the Pope. Hey Pope, can you help us get rid of the Seljuks? Maybe take back the Holy Land on the way? Come on, I know you want to take back the Holy Land. Yes, I do actually want to do that. Let's do a crusade. Crusade! They did many crusades, some of which almost didn't fail, but at least the Italians got some sweet trade deals. Goodbye, Mayans. Hello, Toltecs. Goodbye, Toltecs. Hello, Mississippi. Look at those mounds. There's the Pueblo. I always wondered how to build a town in a cliff.
I mean, I think it really exists, but it looks amazing. And it is in California or it's in Nevada. It looks like it would be on the west side of the United States. Yeah, west side. Yeah.
Guess who's here? Come here. Where? Here. And Pagan is there. Vietnam unconquered itself. Korea just became itself. And
so it's this time.
Who's here? Come here. Where? Here. And Pagan is there. Vietnam unconquered.
So Vietnam was just this little part of the north, not the south yet. The south was then probably put into Vietnam later. I think maybe. I'm not sure.
Korea just became itself, and Japan is so addicted to art that the military might have to take over the government. China just.
This is even. I think this is what he's referencing.
For itself, Korea just became itself, and Japan is so.
This thing he's referencing to in Japan, the period of time where they isolate themselves from the rest of the world. I think it is the Edo time or something like this. He will mention this as well in the history of Japan video, and I will also react to this video in this video. So I think this video will be over an hour long. I'm sure, but yeah, let's continue.
Addicted to art that the military might have to take over the government. China just invented bombs and typing, and the Mongols just invaded most of the universe. Nice going, Genghis. I bet that will last a long time. Some of the Islamic Turks were unaffected by the Mongol invasions because they were busy invading India. Is it Tonga time? I think it's Tonga time.
What he means with Tonga time was colonizing the Pacific Ocean, Tui Tonga Empire. If you know something about this, also please tell me. I mean, maybe I will Google some of these things myself, but maybe also not, and I would really like to know about this. And probably I forget also most of the things I intended to take a deeper look into side of. Tui Tonga Empire. Interesting moment. I want to find out about this. Tui Tonga Empire. Just a small look, what Google tells me. Tongaisches Imperium. Okay. Let's put it into not in English. The Tui Tonga Empire description. Interesting. Let's continue.
I just found out where the Swahili gets all their gold. Look at this Chad. Means lake. There's an empire there, right in the middle of Africa. The king of Mali is so rich he's going on tour to let everyone know. Wow, that guy's rich.
I heard about it. The richest guy ever existed in human history was this guy from Mali. I forgot his name, but yeah.
Rich, everyone said. The Christians are doing a great job reconquering Iberia, which will soon be called Spain and not Spain.
Spain and not Spain. I don't think that the Portuguese people likes this very much.
Please remain Christian. We will check in later to see if you're still Christian when you least expect. Whoops, half of Europe just died. China's back, yay! Hey, come here, time to share. New kingdoms here and there. Oh, look who...
And for example, I mean...
China's back, yay! Hey, come here, time to share. New kingdoms here and there.
I mean, all of these names, I would like to Google them and to find out more about them. So, if you know anything about one of the kingdoms, please tell me. I would so much like to learn more about this. You can also, of course, recommend me other videos I would like to watch more.
Oh, look who controls all the islands. It's the Mahajapit, Majahapit, Mapajahit, Mahapajit, Mapajahit,
Majapahit.
Oh, Italy's really rich. Time for them to care a lot about art and the ancient classics. It's kind of like a rebirth. Here's a printer, let's make books. So you think you can conquer the Byzantine Empire? Yep, said the Ottoman Turks. Nice job, Ottoman Turks. Oops, you missed a spot. Don't forget to ban Europe from the Indian spice trade. What? That's bullshit, said Portugal, spiceless. Well, I guess we'll have to find another way to India. Wait, said Christopher Columbus, probably smoking crack. If the world is round, let's go this way to India. No, don't worry, we already got this, said Portugal. So Chris goes to Spain. Hey, Spain, want to hire me to find India by going around back of the world? No, please?
It's funny, I mean, I don't know this picture, but the queen looks very annoyed.
No, please? No, please? Okay. So he sails into the ocean and discovers more ocean. And then discovers the Indies and Japan.
And I don't know, did they really thought Cuba is Japan for a long while? Or for a certain point in history? Maybe they did, I'm not sure, but...
Let's draw a line to decide who gets which half of the world. The Aztec and Inca empires are off to a great start. I wonder if they know that Europe just discovered their continent.
Yeah. I mean, through the sickness, through the bacteria and the viruses we had, we already got used to here in Europe, and the people in the indigene population of these two continents were not immune against, and then I think a very gigantic amount of people died through this. I'm not sure how much in percentage-wise, for example, but far too many. Yeah, that's also why I think we are still uncontacted tribes in the Amazon rainforest, which the Brazilian government protects and forbids anyone to visit them because of this exactly of the fear of killing all of them through sicknesses, viruses, bacteria.
The Habsburgs are marrying into so many royal families they might have to start marrying each other. Move over, Lithuania. Here comes Moscow. Ivan wants to make Russia great again. Move over, Timurids. Maybe go invade India or something. Persia just made Persia Persian again. Let's make it the other kind of Islam. The one where we thought the first guy should have been the other guy. Hey, Christians, do you sin? Now you can buy your way out of
I heard about the difference between Shia and Sunni Muslim also at some point. If you are some person who believes in Islam, can you explain to me more about the differences, and maybe also watch a video about this, but yeah, if you believe in Islam, in this religion, maybe you can tell me about this or explain some things about this.
hell. That's bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit. That's a scam. Fuck the church. Here's 95 Reasons Why, said Martin Luther in his new book, which might have accidentally started the Protestant Reformation. You know what would be magnificent, said Suleiman, wearing an onion hat? What if the Ottoman Empire was really big, which it is now? What if Russia was big, said Ivan, trying not to be terrible. Portugal had a dream that they controlled the entire Indian Ocean, including the spice trade. And then that dream was real. And Spain realized that this is not India, but they pillaged it anyway.
So,
Trade. And then that dream was real.
So Sri Lanka, Maldives, some parts of India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, were at some point part of the Portuguese Empire. I didn't knew about this.
and Spain realized that this is not India, but they pillaged it anyway. Damn, said England and France. We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Then the Dutch revolt and all the hipsters moved to Amsterdam. Damn, said Amsterdam. We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Question 1. Can you get to India through North America? No, but at least there's beaver. Question 2. Steal the spice trade. That's not a question, but the Dutch did it anyway. Guess where all the sugar's made? In Brazil. Stolen. In the Caribbean. And it's so goddamn profitable you might forget to not do slavery. The next thing on Russia's to-do list is to get bigger. Britain and France are having a friendly
I knew about it. The France at some point had this flag with the yellow stuff with this cross. I'm not sure how it is called, but I mean I like the current flag more. But still, it is nice. It's creative.
discussion about who should control the entire world, more specifically Ohio. Then it escalates into a 7-year discussion, giving Prussia a chance to show Austria who's boss. But what about Britain and France? Did they figure out who's boss? Yes, they did. It's Britain. Guess who's broke? Also Britain. So they start taxing the hell out of America. Fuck you, says America.
Moment.
Yes, they did. It's Britain. Guess who's broke? Also Britain. So they start taxing the hell.
So this was the American or the flag for the 13 colonies of the British Empire at this point. I have never seen this flag before. I think there's a big red square and not square but rectangle and the Union Jack in the corner.
Hell out of America. Fuck you, says America, declaring their independence and fighting for it.
And this was also a flag they had at some point in history. The stripes, but still with the Union Jacks.
And France helps them win. Now France is broke. And Britain will have to send their prisoners to a different continent. Wait, if France is broke, why do the king and queen still wear such fancy dresses? Let's overthrow the palace and cut all their heads off, said Robespierre, cutting everybody's head off until someone eventually...
I heard also about Robespierre and the period after the revolution where many people were executed. I heard about this. It was was it also called the period of terror? At some point. I think it was called like something like this.
Actually got mad and cut his head off. You could make a religion. No, don't. Haiti is starting
don't do it.
to like the idea of a
Not too good religion.
revolution, especially the slaves who free themselves by killing their masters. Why didn't we think of this before? Wait, who's in charge of France now? Said Napoleon, trying to take over Europe. Luckily, they banished him to an island. But he came back. Luckily, they banished him to another island. There goes Latin America, becoming independent in the Latin American Wars of Independence. Britain just figured out how to turn steam into power, so now they can make many different types of machines and factories with machines in them, so they can make a lot of products real fast. Then they invent some trains, and conquer India and maybe put some trains there. Hey, China, said Britain, buy stuff from us. Nah, dude, we already got everything, says China. So Britain tried to get them addicted to opium.
I heard about this, of course, also before the opium wars between China and Great Britain, but I don't know much about this. I don't know much about most of the stuff which is shown here in this video, but I want to learn more about this. I wish this guy would also make a video about the history of China. Also interesting. I mean, it would be interesting.
Which worked, actually. But then China made it illegal and dumped it all into the sea. So Britain threw a hissy fit and made them open up 5 cities and give them an island. Britain and Russia are playing a game where they try to stop each other from conquering Afghanistan. Also, the Sultan of Oman lives in Zanzibar now. That's just where he lives. India just had a revolution, and they would like to govern themselves now. Nope, said Britain, governing them even harder than before. Technology is about to go crazy. The United States finally figured out whether slavery is good or bad. It's bad, they decided. And then they continued manifesting their destiny.
But I heard, kind of, I mean, it's, that slavery is not completely removed from the United States. It's, in the amendment where it is, about slavery. I think it's, was it the 13th Amendment? I'm not sure. Let me find out. Moment. 13th Amendment. And then I hope it's the right word. Yep, I think it's the right word. Amendment. 13th Amendment. Neither slavery nor involuntarily servitude except as a punishment for crime whereof the pasty shall have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States or any place suspect to their jurisdiction. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. So slavery, bad, except as a punishment for crime. So I think it's really bad that they made this amendment in this way. So it is really bad, slavery. We don't want this, but as a crime, for prisoners, we still want this very much. So I don't like this.
Destiny, which is to kill the rest of the natives and take their land and maybe kick out the Mexicans too. I know, let's rape Africa, said Europe, scrambling to see who could rape it the fastest. They never got Ethiopia. Britain and France are still hungry. They never got Thailand. The United States ran out of destiny to manifest, so they're looking for more. Hawaii, Cuba. Wait, Spain controls Cuba. Well, blame something on them and go to war. What should we blame on Spain? Let's blame the Maine on Spain. So they blame the Maine on Spain. Now,
Maine? The US state Maine? Or what did they mean? Or I'm not sure. Please tell me if you know.
Now we're in business. To celebrate, they kick Panama out of Panama and make a canal connecting the two oceans. Britain just found oil in the Middle East. It makes cars go. China is so tired of
that's amazing, this part of the video.
The two oceans. Britain just found oil in the Middle East. It makes cars go.
You see the US flag, so oil? Oil? We want oil. The eyes look like this. Very interesting.
China is so tired of being bossed around that they delete their old government and make a new, stronger government, which is accidentally weaker and controlled by a guy from the previous government. Europe hasn't had a war since the last war, so they start World War I. Look at those guns. It's gonna be a great war. So great we won't need a second.
Not necessary. I hope a third world war will never come and will also never be necessary in the eyes of anyone in the world.
After it's over, they blame Germany. Russia went on strike and the workers overthrew the government. Now everyone's paycheck is the same. Communism in the Soviet Union. The Arabs revolt and Britain helps. Now the Ottoman Empire's gone, so we can give the Jewish people a place to live.
I think one of the best things about the Soviet Union was that there was a anti-power to the United States. So neither of the big powers, neither the United States nor the Soviet Union, could do something terribly bad, because there was the other power. It was balance of powers. Now there's China is building up to be an anti-power to the United States, but yeah. Also, of course, the Soviet Union was communistic, or at least they tried it, which was, of course, very good, in my opinion. Better than the United States.
Hopefully the Arabs won't mind. Let's cut the cake, said Sykes and Picot, carving up the remains of the not-so-Ottoman-anymore empire. Except Turkey, Turkey makes a brand new Turkey. And then the Saudis conquer Arabia. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Hello? Yes, it's the 1920s calling. Let's get in the...
Did the Saudis really then conquer after the First World War Saudi Arabia? The Arabian Peninsula? I think they did, I'm not sure, but yeah, interesting.
Car and drive to a party and listen to jazz on the radio and go to the movies. The economy's great and it'll probably be great forever. Just kidding. Germany's back featuring Hitler, the angry mustache model, and he's mad at the Jews for existing. Japan is finally conquering the East, and they're so excited they raped Nanking way too hard. They should probably just deny it. Hitler's out of control, so the internet...
I don't know much about the terrible, cruel war crimes the Japanese army did in China, but I heard it was absolute insanely cruel. And terrifying, but I don't know much about this, and I think I'm also happy that I don't know much about this, but I still think that I should know more about this. I visited once a concentration camp in Germany, and this was not the best experience, of course. It is not designed to be a good experience, but it was a very interesting experience. Let's continue.
The international community tackles him and tries to explain why killing all the Jews is a bad idea.
So please, if you know more about this or have some videos which you want me to watch, either about the terrible crimes the Nazis did or the terrible crimes the Japanese army did, or the Germans in the Soviet Union, or the Soviets in Germany. All wars are terrible, and wars lead to terrible atrocity, terrible mass murders and everything. So, yeah. If you have any video suggestion, please tell me in the comments.
Yeah, but he kills himself before they could explain it to him. That's World War II. Bonus round, Pacific Showdown. United States versus Japan. Fight. Finish him. Let's unite all the nations and have some world.
I mean, that's why I am so much in favor of negotiations in Ukraine. The First World War and Second World War, which was the cruelest and most terrible thing ever existing in human history. At least in more modern human history. So many unnecessary, cruel things which happened, and so many innocent people who died. I think in the video the fallen of World War II, he mentioned something like 70 million people who died in the war. Absolutely unnecessary and terribly. Let's continue.
Peace. Seems legit. Hi, I'm Gandhi, and if Britain doesn't get the hell out of India, I'm going to starve myself in public. Wow, that worked. Bonus, now there's Pakistan. Actually, 2 Pakistans. One of them could be Bangladesh later.
Also, this is also something, the war between East and West, Pakistan and Bangladesh, or the liberation war, the Bangladesh people fought against Pakistan together with, I think, Russian help and Indian also. I think India helped also, maybe also just India, but yeah, also so many innocent people who died there, and the United States was supporting Pakistan, and also I think, when I'm not mistaken, there was a video, and maybe I have a link to the video in the description as well. If there was a ship, I think, from the American Navy in the Bengali Bay here somewhere, which was threatening also Bangladesh. It is so. There are some audio tapes in the video I mentioned from the what was the name I forgot the name of the channel. I'm stupid, but in this video there were some audio tapes from U.S. president and advisor, and they are so cruel and terribly. Anyway, I will have links there, hopefully. I hope the Gravel Institute was the name of the channel, and yeah, I will have a link to the video in the description. I hope.
Jews and the Arabs finally figured out which one of them should live in the Holy Land. Me, they both said at the same time. Let's divide up the land so everyone's happy.
That's also interesting. The Arab part, I mean, I know about the West Land and the Gaza Strip, but I didn't know about this part here, which was also given to the Arabs in the maybe first agreement with Great Britain. In this part, the North. I was not aware about this. And also Gaza Strip looks bigger than it is today.
They both get angrier. Look out, China. There's a new China in China. What's on the menu? Communism. No thanks, said the other China, escaping to an island. I wonder which one is the real China. There's the Korean War, Korea versus Korea. Nobody wins, then it's on pause forever. Let's meet the sponsors. Oh, it's the 2 global superpowers. They're having a friendly debate over which economic system is good and which one is an evil virus of Satan.
I like this very much. Which one is the evil virus of Satan? I of course have a certain opinion about this. In my eyes, in my opinion, it is capitalism, which is definitely the worst thing humanity ever discovered and did to itself. I'm a communist here. Maybe you can see it here, the hammer and sickle here, the spirit of the ghost. But yeah, tell me what you think about this question. Who is the evil guy in the description, please?
And they both have atom bombs. Fight! Wait, no, that would be the end of the world. Let's just keep it cool and spy on each other instead. And make sure we have enough atom bombs. I'll race you to space. Now let's make some more countries fight themselves. Europe is tired of pillaging other continents, and the continents they were pillaging are tired of being pillaged. So here's a new map with new countries. Now you can't tell who they're being pillaged by. The United States finally decided whether racism is good or bad. They decided it's bad.
Did they? Did they decide it's bad? I mean, civil rights and the I mean, civil right laws, and then black and white were from the law equal, but still to this day, the violence from police officers to the black community is absolutely high and terrible. So, I mean, officially they decided it's bad, but a lot of people to this day have still need some lessons in racism, and that racism is indeed bad.
And the world agrees. South Africa might need another minute to think about it. Let's check the world population. Whoa. Okay.
Let me see this. Year 200. So 1 billion was just reached in the year of 1800. Was 1 billion in total. So it took over one probably, I mean, from the year 0 to 800, and then again a few thousand years before 0, how until humanity has reached 1 billion people. Interesting.
Technology's better too, that might keep happening. The Soviet Union decides to relax a little and accidentally falls apart. Europe makes a union, so now they can all use the same money, except Britain because they don't feel like it. Let's check the mail. Surprise!
Also, Poland and the Czech Republic and some other countries, like Denmark and so, they all use also their own currency still, and not just Great Britain.
It's on the computer. Whoops, someone just attacked America. I bet they'll remember that. Phone call. Surprise, it's in your pocket. Want to learn everything? Surprise, it's on the computer. Now your phone's a computer, which is in your pocket. Whoops, the economy just crashed. Don't worry, the big banks won't fail because they're not supposed to. Surprise, flying robots. With bombs. Want to print a brain? Some people have no friends. Some people have no food. The globe is warming. And the ocean is full of plastic. Let's save the planet, said everybody, not knowing how. Let's invent a thing inventor, said the thing inventor after being invented by a thing inventor. That's pretty cool. By the way, where the hell are we?
I mean, the video was absolutely insane. I love it very much. I like it absolutely super much. And I hope you also enjoyed my reaction to it. Now I will react to the history of Japan, which would, at the end of the video, it's also a bit similar to this video, but it concentrates more on Japan. Of course, as the title implies. And I have, for this video, another glass of apple juice. So, it's also just half as long as this video, but I look forward to react to it, and the whole video will be super long, probably over 1.5 hours. But anyway, let's do this. The history of Japan, I guess, from billboards, and yeah, 500 special video, 500 subscriber special video. Please like and subscribe if you watched to this point and, yeah, have not yet subscribed.
Japan is an island by the sea filled with volcanoes and it's beautiful. In the year -1 billion, Japan might not have been here. In the year -40,000, it was here, and you could walk to it, and some people walk to it.
So at 40,000 for Christus, there was a connection from Korea to Japan. So it was a gigantic peninsula. Interesting. But Hokkaido also at this part was not connected to the mainland, the other part of Japan. It looks like this, at least. If I not mistake this, or misunderstand this.
Then it got warmer, some icebergs melted, it became an island, and now there's lots of trees, because it's warmer. So now there's people on the island, they're basically sort of hanging out in between the mountains, eating nuts off trees, and using the latest technology, like stones and bowls. Ding dong, it's the outside world, and they have technology from the future, like really good metal and crazy rice farms. Now you can make a lot of rice really, really quickly. That means if you own the farm, you own a lot of food, which is something everybody needs to survive. So that makes you king. Rice farming and rice kingdoms spread across the land, all the way to here. The most important kingdoms were here, 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 and here. But
Hi, or he? I mean, of course, I've never heard of these kingdoms, but I just assumed maybe at first he was making a joke with because hi, but maybe it's just a Japanese name. I'm not sure, but interesting. Rice kingdoms.
this one was the most important, ruled by a heavenly superperson, or emperor for short. Knock knock, get the door. It's religion. The new prince wants everyone to try this hot new religion from
Biek. Was this one of the kingdoms he also mentioned in the other video, where Korea was split between 3 kingdoms? Maybe.
Please try this religion, he said. No, said everybody. Try it, he said. No, said everybody again, quieter this time. And so the religion was put into place, and all the rules that came with it. Then the government was taken over by another clique, and they made some reforms, like making the government govern more, and making the government more like China's government, which is a government that governs more. Hi, China, they said. Hi, dipshit.
A dwarf. He war. Also hi war, and war means dwarf, and dwarf, and why dipshit then? I'm not sure, but you can tell me if you know why he was saying then dipshit.
Said China. Can you call us something else other than dipshit? Said Japan. Like what? Said China. How about sunrise?
I mean, I heard about it. Japan calls itself Nihon. I hope it is pronounced correctly.
Said Japan. And they stole China's alphabet and wrote a book about themselves. Said Japan. And they stole China's alphabet and wrote a book.
Records of ancient matters. Kojiki. By the way, I learned some Japanese at some point. I'm not sure how good I would be right now. I mean, I just learned hiragana and katakana. Kanji, I don't know anything. But I learned some hiragana and katakana signs, so a bit.
And then they made lots of poetry and art and another book about themselves. Then they stopped moving the capital every time the emperor died and kept it in one place for a while, right here. And they conquered the north.
Definitive. Want to visit Japan at some point. It's one of my big goals, and I heard also that there was a plan at some point to connect Sakhalin, this island from Russia, with Japan, and build a train line from, or extend the Trans-Siberian Railway with another railway from Vladivostok to Tokyo. At some point there was a plan. Maybe it is still there at somewhere. And it would be amazing. I would love it. I would love to the text and the train from Berlin to Tokyo.
Finally, get that squared away. A rich hipster named Kukai is bored with modern Buddhism, visits China, and learns a better version, which is more spiritual. Comes back, reinvents the alphabet, and causes art and literature to be.
And this one woman which also told me that there is maybe a connection between the Tamil kings in Sri Lanka and southern India in the other video, and the first settlers of Japan. I watched her reaction to this. She's a Japanese history student, and it was amazing. I really liked it a lot, and I will have a link to her reaction to this very same video also in the description, if you want to check it out yourself. I watched it at 4 o'clock in the night or so. It was amazing.
For a long time, and the royal palace turned into such a dream world of art that they really didn't give a shit about running the country. So if you live outside the palace, how are you supposed to protect your shit from criminals? Hire a samurai. Everyone started hiring samurai. Rich, important people hired samurai. Poor people who could not afford to hire samurai did not hire samurai. The samurai became organized and powerful, more powerful than the government. So they made their own military government. Here, they let the emperor still be emperor, but the shogun is...
I heard also that the Japanese emperor is one of the, or has the longest dynasty of any emperor, any king in the world, in the modern world.
Actually in control. Breaking news, the Mongols have invaded China.
We've invaded China,
said the Mongols.
Please respect us, or else we might invade you as well.
Okay, said Japan. So the Mongols came over, ready for war, and died in a tornado. But they tried again, and had a nice time fighting with the Japanese, but then died in a tornado. Then the emperor overthrows the shogunate. Then the shogunate overthrows him back and moves to Kyoto and makes a new shogunate. And the emperor can still dress like an emperor if he wants, that's fine. Now there's more art. Like painting with less colors, collaborative poetry, plays, monkey fun, tea parties, gardening, architecture, flowers. It's time for who's going to be the next shogun. Usually it's the shogun's kid, but the shogun doesn't have a kid. So he tries to get his brother to quit being a monk and be the next shogun. He says okay, but then the shogun has a kid. So now who's it gonna be? Vote now on your phones. And everyone voted so...
Onin War, and also this video from the Japanese history student, she mentioned this, that it would take far too long to explain the backgrounds on this war, but if you want to explain it to me, if you are from Japan, or if you know something about this Onin War, then please tell me. This is something where I'm especially interested in. So, please tell me more about this.
So hard that the palace caught on fire and burned down. The shogun actually didn't care. He was off somewhere doing poetry. And the whole country broke into pieces. Everyone is fighting with each other for local power, and it's anybody's game. Knock knock, it's Europe. No, they're not here to take over. They just want to sell some shit, like clocks, and guns, and Jesus. So that's cool, but everyone's still fighting each other for control, now with guns. And wouldn't it be nice to control the capital, which right now is puppets, with no one controlling them? This clan is ready to make a run for it, but first they have to trample this smaller clan, which is in the way. Surprise, the smaller clan wins, and the leader of that clan steals the idea of invading the capital and invades the capital, and it goes very well. He's about halfway through conquering Japan when someone who works for him kills him, and then someone else who works for him kills them, and that guy finishes conquering Japan. And then he confiscated everybody's swords, and made some rules. And now I'm going to... finishes conquering Japan. And then he confiscated everybody's swords, and made some...
No having a sword or a gun, no climbing the social ladder, pay taxes. Okay, interesting.
Rules. And now I'm going to invade Korea, and then hopefully China, he said, and failed, and also died. But before he died, he told these 5 guys to take care of his 5-year-old son until he's old enough to be the next ruler of Japan. And the 5 guys said, yeah, right, it's not going to be this kid, it's going to be one of us, because we're grown-ups. And it's probably going to be this guy, who happens to be way more rich and powerful than the others. A lot of people support him, but a lot of people support not supporting him. They have a fight, and he wins, and starts a new government, right here. And he still lets the emperor dress like an emperor, and have very nice things. But don't get confused, this is the new government, and they are very strict. So strict they closed the country. No one can leave.
I heard about this, I'm stupid. Zakoku.
And no one can come in, except for the Dutch, if they want to buy and sell shit, but they have to do it right here.
Ejima.
Now that the entire country was not at war with itself, the population increased a lot. Business increased, schools were built, roads were built, everyone learned to read, books were published, there was poetry, plays, sexy times.
Oh, interesting. Nice picture, a nice kiss.
Puppet shows, and Dutch studies. People started to study European science from books they bought from the Dutch. We're talking geography, skeletons, physics, chemistry, astronomy, and maybe even electricity. Over time, the economic and cultural prosperity began to gradually slow down. Knock knock. It's the United States.
When was this?
Prosperity began to gradually slow down.
1853.
Knock knock. It's the United States. With huge boats. With guns. Gunboats. Open the country. Stop having it be closed, said the United States. There's really nothing they could do, so they signed a contract.
So the Americans forced Japan to open the country again for trade and business. Also, tell me more about this if you want.
Contract that lets United States, Britain, and Russia visit Japan anytime they want. Choshu and Satsuma hated this. That sucks, they said. This sucks. And with almost very little outside help, they overthrew the shogunate. And some
just the British help? I assume from the short moment where the British flag was visible in the background.
Somehow made the emperor again, and moved him to Edo, which they renamed Eastern Capital. They made a new government.
Tokyo. Tokyo means Eastern Capital? Interesting.
Which was a lot more Western. They made a new constitution that was pretty Western, and a military that was pretty Western. And do you know what else is Western? That's right, it's conquering stuff.
That's evil. I mean, I understand why he says this, but yeah, it's hurting. But he's right. This is kind of Western.
So what can we conquer? Korea. They conquer Korea, taking it from its previous owner, China, and then go a little bit further. And Russia rushes in out of nowhere and says, "Stop, no, you can't take that. We were going to build a railroad through here to try to get some warm water." And Russia builds their railroad, supervised by a shit ton of soldiers. And then when the railroad was done, they downgraded to a fuck ton. Did I say downgrade? I meant upgrade. And Japan says, "Can you maybe chill?" And Russia says, "How about maybe you chill?" Japan is kind of scared of Russia. You'll never guess who's also kind of scared of Russia. Great Britain. So Japan and Great Britain make an alliance together so they can be a little less scared of Russia.
1902?
Confident, Japan goes to war against Russia, just for a moment, and then they both get tired and stop. It's time for World War I. The world is about to have a war, because it's the 1900s and weapons are getting crazy, and all these empires are excited to try them out on each other.
That's terribly, that's a terrible imagination. It's just, we have great weapons, that's why we need to test them out and have a great war. So, And I want to think about trying out the nuclear weapons we already have since a long while. And
Meanwhile, Japan has been enjoying conquering stuff and wants more. And the next thing on their list is this part of China and lots of tiny islands. All that stuff belongs to Germany, which just had war declared on it by Britain because Britain was friends with Belgium, which was being trespassed by Germany in order to get to France to kick France's ass because France is friends with Russia, who was getting ready to kick Austria's ass because Austria was getting ready
I also was not aware about that France and Russia were allied in this First World War. Also interesting.
to kick Serbia's ass because someone from Serbia shot the leader of Austria's ass. Or actually shot him in the head. And Britain is currently friends with Japan, so you know what that means. Duh, Japan should take the islands. Which they wanted to do anyway, so they called Britain on the telly to sort of let them know. And then they did it. And they also helped Britain a little here and there with some errands and stuff. Now the war is over, and congratulations, Japan, you technically fought in the war, which means you get to sit at the negotiating table with the big dudes, where they decided who owns what. And yes, Japan gets to keep all that shit they stole from Germany. You also get to join the post-war mega alliance, the League of Nations.
The League of Nations was something, I think they like the United Nations, just the earlier version of it. And Germany was not part of it. Was not part of the League of Nations, as I just see right now. It is also not the Soviet Union or the United States, as I see. Just Great Britain, France, Spain, Canada, parts of South America, South Africa, I mean, parts of the British Empire. Iran was part of it. Also, I mean, I'm not sure. And Japan also, but not Germany and the United States and Soviet Union or Russia. But interesting.
Whose mission statement is to try not to take over the world. The Great Depression is bad, and Japan's economy is now crappy, but the military is doing just fine, and it invades Manchuria. In the League of Nations, it's like, no, don't do that. If you're in the League of Nations, you're not supposed to take over the world. And Japan said, how about I do anyway? And Japan invaded more and more and more and more of China, and was planning to invade the entire East.
You've got mail.
It's from Germany, the new leader of Germany. He has a cool mustache, and he's trying to take over the world and needs friends. This also got forwarded to Italy. They all decided to be friends because they had so much in common. It's time. Needs friends. This also got forwarded to Italy. They all decided to be friends because they had so much in common.
Trying to take over the world, and okay, yeah, needs friends, okay.
It's time for World War II. Germany is invading the neighbors. Then they invade the neighbors' neighbors. Then the neighbors' neighbors' neighbors, who happened to be Britain, said, holy shit. And the United States started helping Britain because they are good friends, and started not helping Japan because they're friends and our friends are not friends. Plus they're planning on invading the entire ocean. The United States is also working on a large, very huge bomb, bigger than any other bomb, ever, just in case. But they still haven't joined the war. War looks bad on TV, and the United States is really starting to care about their image.
This was a time. A pacifistic United States. Something which sounds very weird to say today. But it was true at this time. The United States was not interested in going to the war. Before Pearl Harbor happened, but still. I wish the United States would be similar today. And not like a world police trying to take over the world and trying to everywhere have their fingers inside. And attack every other country like Iraq and like Afghanistan, Syria, supporting coups in Chile, Argentina, and many other countries in the world. So I wish it would be more like a pacifistic United States, also today.
But then Japan spits on them in Hawaii and challenges them to war. And they say yes. And then Germany, as a symbol of friendship, declares war on the United States also. So the United States goes to war in Europe, and they help the gang chase Germany back into Germany. And they also start chasing Japan back into Japan. And they haven't used the bomb yet.
But it was not, I mean, I think the war in the Second World War, the Soviets, I think, would also have won the Second World War without the United States entering the conflict directly. Of course, the United States supported the Soviet Union also with weapons, which was necessary, but it would not have been necessary to directly enter the conflict. I think the Soviet Union would have also marched through into the entire Europe and defeated the Nazis also alone. But of course, it's kind of good that the United States entered the conflict because less people died. But the better way, the best way would have been earlier negotiations, of course, between the Nazis and the Allies to end the war much earlier. Much less people would have maybe been killed if the soldiers would have refused to fight very early in the war. Just refuse to fight, ignore the orders of your commanders, and I mean, many people would have maybe died, been killed, shot by the superior officers, but maybe through common working together with the other soldiers of the other like the Nazi soldier working together with the Soviet soldiers and the American soldiers. Maybe if they would all work together, they could have forced their countries to make some kind of peace. I think it would have been possible.
And are curious to see if it works, so they drop it on Japan. They actually dropped 2.
And one question I have, did any American president ever said, I'm sorry about what my country did to Japan? Did any of the United States president ever visited Nagasaki or Hiroshima and ask for forgiveness for their crimes?
The United States installed a new government, inspired by the United States government, with just the right ingredients for a post-war economic miracle. And Japan starts making TVs, VCRs, automobiles, and camcorders as fast as they can, and also better than everybody else. They get rich, and the economy goes wild, and then the miracle wears off. But everything's still pretty cool, I guess. Bye.
The end was a bit abrupt, but I also like this video very much. Very awesome, wonderful, great video. And yeah, I mean, this video is already now 1 hour and 20 minutes long, and the top 5 shorts I had before was over 10 minutes, so it is over 1.5 hour long. And I hope you enjoyed this long video, the 500 subscriber special. Please like the video and subscribe for my channel. Let me check something out right now. My girlfriend has written to me. I love my girlfriend. I love you. I write to her that I love her. I will edit the video tomorrow. Hi guys, it's the next day. I have already edited the biggest part of the video. I just record now the outro. So here we are back on the main channel page of my YouTube channel. And yeah, this was the 500 subscriber special video. Yeah, please check out some other videos from me. Like for example, my Minecraft. I should also put my Minecraft. I just recognize this when I look on my channel page. I should also put my current let's play on the top of my channel page, above the shorts even. I will do this after this recording, and so you will see it in this way probably when you take a look on my channel the next time. Also watch some of my reactions if you want. I mean, this is a reaction, so watch some of my let's plays. And yeah, the funny thing is, really, Social Blade predicts that I will have so many subscribers by the end of the year. I doubt this, but of course I can't see the future, and yeah, but we will see. I would of course like this, so and I have also a few plans for future special videos like 750, 66, 666, and 1000. Not solid plans so far, but I will announce things like this also in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, if you want to see more of this, like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see each other again in the next video or the next short. See you next time. Au revoir. Adios. Auf Wiedersehen.